In this video, we're going to talk about the reports and the stats about MPs, okay, members of parliament in Canada that are invested in real estate. 40% of them are actual landlords. And some would say that number is even higher if you maybe consider their spouses or their partners. And so this situation has garnered a lot of attention due to the impact on housing policies amid the situation in Canada with housing, the fact that it's unaffordable for a lot of people, yet the people who are in office own multiple properties, are landlords. Are they really in a position to make the right policy surrounding this? So when we take a look at it, approximately 20 to 40% of Canadian MPs are reported to have investments in real estate, including rental properties, vacant lots, and real estate holding companies. This includes MPs from all major parties, with notable figures such as Green Party's Elizabeth May and the Deputy Prime Minister Chrystia Freeland among those that have such investments. When we think about this, there's definitely a conflict of interest. The concern arises from the possibility that the MP's personal financial interest in real estate could influence their policy decisions, okay, especially those relating to housing affordability and rent control, right? Because some of these MPs have multiple properties. Some of them have 5+ properties. Maybe some of them have 10+ multiple properties, okay? So transparency is critical, as many MPs own properties in high-cost areas like Toronto, Vancouver. These are the areas where people are really suffering and struggling the most to get into the market, right? To afford a house in general. Some MPs, as we said, they own multiple rental properties or significant shares in real estate companies, while others have more modest holdings, such as single rental units or vacant land. Again, all MPs are required to disclose their financial interest, including real estate holdings, to the Federal Conflict of Interest Commissioner. However, the transparency of these disclosures can vary, and some MPs may use holding companies to obscure the full extent of their real estate investments. Implications: we have policy influence. The personal stakes MPs have in the real estate market could potentially affect their stance on housing policies, potentially prioritizing property values preservation over measures that could benefit renters and first-time home buyers. And then when you think about the public perception of this, it's not good, because when people look at these MPs and the fact that they own this much property and the fact that they're in charge of policy over housing, over rent control, over all these things, it doesn't look good. It really doesn't. And it can definitely undermine public trust, right? Particularly if these MPs are seen as benefiting from these policies that contribute to housing, right? They're directly making money. They're directly benefiting from these things. And so, what can we really kind of do from here? It's a tough situation, right? This is a very political thing. In my opinion, I think it's a tough situation to handle, because a lot of these people, they have these properties, they're benefiting it, but they're trying to also solve it. But then it's like, are they really trying to solve it? Because if they do solve it, then they're not going to benefit from it anymore, right? So it's a tough situation, right? And I think this is going to take a lot more than just a YouTube video like this to solve. This is going to take a lot of strategizing, a lot of thinking from people who are in the position to do so. The other thing I wanted to talk about today is we hear a lot about immigration in Canada and how immigration affects properties, affects housing prices, all these things. Immigration is a big topic right now. It is a political discussion, and I don't want to get too political, but there has been reports from Stats Canada. These are official numbers from the Canadian government saying that the recent immigrants in Canada are facing greater financial difficulty. In April 2024, 31% of Canadians found it difficult to meet their financial needs for things like transportation, housing, of course, food, clothing in the past 12 months. Recent immigrants arriving since 2005 reported the highest level of difficulty making ends meet at 46%, compared to 24% for those from the United States or 34% from those from Europe. Only 31% of Canadians reported high satisfaction with the amount of free time they had, likely due to needing to work more hours to afford higher costs. Okay, so people who have been living here for a while are kind of seeing the struggle, and then we have the immigrants who are coming in here very recently, let's say from the past 10, 15, 20 years, who are definitely also facing difficulty as well. And satisfaction with free time lower from recent immigrants. So recent immigrants had the lowest satisfaction with their amount of free time, while those from the United States and Europe reported higher levels of satisfaction. So it suggests recent immigrants face greater financial challenges and have less free time compared to Canadian-born residents and immigrants from other regions. So, I'll post the link to this kind of findings, all the stats from StatsCan, and you guys can take a look. Everyone is just really struggling. No matter what position you're in, we have people that have been born here, that have lived here for generations, struggling. And then we have newer immigrants from all around the world also struggling. It's like, what's the story these people are being told about Canada? Is Canada this fabulous place for these people to come to? It just feels like these people are getting the wrong information, right? Because when they come here, it's very difficult for them and it's a tough situation. I'd like to hear what you guys think about all this down below. Again, I'll post all the links to what I've been talking about in this video down below. If you guys have any questions or thoughts, if you need help with getting your finances in order for a real estate purchase, feel free to reach out to me. If you guys enjoy this video, please hit like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. And until next time, I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.